it was so intense on us that he had to go home because we didn't eat enough and we slept so little that our bodies were starting to break down.
Wow.
And but in that experience, in those 14 days, there was many things that were really beautiful. Like we got to see how people sort of fell apart and then grew back together. And especially what touched me was, I think one thing, I think there's something very, very interesting that happens when you're just guys together without any women, because there is this sort of weird, like masculines trying to fight each other for the approval of the women in the group if they're there. And there's sort of like a letting go of that facade when the women are not there in a weird way.
Yeah.
So those guys coming together created this like super supportive and beautiful environment of people just genuinely caring for each other without any prejudice or anything like that. And you could just feel this uplifting energy in that room where you just felt like you cared so deeply for everyone there and you felt like they cared for you. And I think, honestly, that part of it was like worth probably as much as the rest of the experience, because that deep sense of belonging, community, and love and care is something that personally I haven't experienced anywhere else. And from what I see from my friends and other people, I see that most people in society don't ever experience that kind of connectedness. So for me, that experience was what really stayed with me throughout the whole thing, and what sort of made me stay in self-development and wanting to work in it in the future, because I thought, if I can create this for people, this is such a magical experience that when you're there, you feel like no amount of money would ever be too much to pay for such an experience, because it's just so uplifting. I guess I imagine, I haven't done MDMA, but I imagine it's a similar experience to if you're on MDMA.
Yeah, the feeling of being connected to everyone and we're all the same. And yeah, I think that is also one of the effects of when you go through pressure and struggle together as a group. Like you said, you work really hard, and like that experience of doing something that is extremely hard together, also it does something to the connections that you build during that time, that is very different from normal connections that you build, I think.
100%. Yeah, I imagine you have probably had something similar with the company that you're building with another team as well, or with a team.
I did. We've definitely had like the original team of founders. I think we will always have a special bond to each other because of the things that we went through with building that company. So yeah, definitely. And I love going through struggle with people. That's actually I want that, because I know that it just brings people together in this whole different way. So I like challenging myself, but especially if we're a group of people, I want us to get out where we like feel like we can't manage it and we really need each other, that's where it becomes really fun, I think.
I remember the guys as well in the group, actually, now that you mention it, like one of the things I would see and feel for myself is that when they had that loving community, suddenly they dared to do all the things that they dared to go talk to the girl that they were so head over heels in love with, because now they feel supported by so many men that they actually dare to take the chances and really go for it. So that was also incredible to watch.
Yeah,